Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
Hello, welcome to Ganesh IAS Academy. This is the new session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the previous year UPSC Prelims geography question. We already done certain session related to the economy, but this session is totally different from what we did for that session. Here, we are going to add a prediction part. What is the possible question they are going to ask for the 2025 Prelims? So please make a note of it. That will be most useful for your upcoming Prelims exam. So please make a note of it and also give an answer in the comment sections. Whatever questions we are going to ask at the end of the session. Okay. So let's begin the session. This question was asked in 2024, but with the same pattern of question, with the same pattern or same idea of climate question, they asked many questions. For example, one of the year they asked about the same pattern with the answer of Mediterranean climate. So there are many climates like equatorial climate, steppe climate, savanna climate, Siberian climate, China climate, monsoon climate. So what they will do is they will give the description about that climate. So in a paragraph question, they will give the description of that climate and they will ask you to find which climate we are speaking. So this is the most widely used question in the UPSC. So every 2 to 3 years, there will be question like this. Either it will be like a statement based or else a paratype. So in a paratype, they will give the significance or the uniqueness of that climate. And they will ask you to identify what type of climate we are speaking. This is the type of method they are following for the climate based questions. So what we are going to do is we will discuss this question and then based on the same pattern, what are the questions they may ask and also we are going to give you the what are the uniqueness of the specific climates. So based on that uniqueness, if in a pair of question, you can easily identify which type of climate this question is actually speaking. Okay, for example, when it comes to the Mediterranean climate, orchard farming. Okay, that is the uniqueness of this Mediterranean climate. Okay, for example, when it comes to the British climate, 4 distinct seasons. That is the uniqueness of this British climate. Okay, so in that way, we will give you the what are the unique feature of that climate. So that will be more useful for your upcoming exam. If they are going to ask any questions based on the climate, that climate based question definitely will be like this. And also it will be more useful for easily crack that question and go for an answer. Okay, so let's begin with this question. Consider the following description. Annual and daily range of temperature is low. First of all, what is this annual range of temperature and daily range of temperature? So first we go with the daily range of temperature, which means they will measure the temperature for every 1 hour. So for 24 hours, they will measure the temperature and they will calculate the average. So in this daily range of temperature, there won't be many changes. Okay. So for example, in the daytime, the temperature is around 28 degrees Celsius means in the night time, the average temperature is around 27 degrees Celsius. So when you are going to calculate the daily range of temperature, there won't be any more differences. Okay. But when it comes to the desert climate, in the desert climate, the day temperature will be around 32 and the night temperature will be around 1 degree Celsius or minus 1 degree Celsius. So the difference is wider. Okay, so this is actually called as the daily range of temperature. So it is actually measuring the difference. Okay, so it is actually measuring the difference between the daytime and the night time. This question is saying that annual and the daily range of temperature is low. Okay, And also, what is the annual range of temperature means? It is the difference between the seasonal temperature. So, for example, summer versus winter. So, this climate is actually saying that the difference between the summer and the winter climate temperature is very low. So, first statement itself trying to connect it with the equatorial climate. So, in that equatorial climate only, equatorial climate is between the 10° north to 10° south. So, between that region only, there will be minimum annual range of temperature and the daily range of temperature. So, first statement itself saying that it is the possibility for the equatorial climate. Then we have to find the second statement also. Precipitation occurs throughout the year. That is also in equatorial climate, the precipitation will occur in the throughout the year. Next, precipitation varies between 50 to 250 centimeter. When it comes to the 250 centimeter, the only region is equatorial climate. Okay, so this is the way you can go for the answer. Other than that, what are the things that are unique to the equatorial climate is there is no shedding of leaf. So there is no autumn season for the equatorial climate. That is the one thing. And also another thing they may give the uniqueness of this equatorial climate is 4 o'clock rainfall. So every day at the time period of 4 o'clock, there will be a rainfall. Okay, and also it contains the equatorial climate contains the epiphytes plants. Okay, and also it will contains the insectivorous plants. Due to the continuous rainfall, the soil nutrients, okay, so the most needed soil nutrients like nitrogens are lost due to the erosion. So to cope up that, the plant need the nitrogen for their development. For that, they will go for a hunting of these insects. So insectivorous plants will be there in the equatorial climate. So these are certain uniqueness of that equatorial climate. So based on that, they will ask you to decode the climate. So please make a note of it. Other than that, some other climates with some unique features are: first, it is the Mediterranean climate. So when it comes to the Mediterranean climate, it is the hot and dry summer. Usually in all the climates, in most of the climates, there will be the rainfall will be on the summer time. So the summer will be wet and hot summer for most of the climates. So which means in the summer season there will be rainfall, but in this Mediterranean climate it will be hot and dry summer, which means no rainfall in summer. That is the unique feature of this Mediterranean region. Next, wet winter, which means in the winter time there is a rainfall. That is the uniqueness of this Mediterranean climate. Okay, due to the westerlies onshore wind. So this is the one of the unique factor of the Mediterranean climate. If you are come across this statement, hot dry summer and wet winter, means definitely it will be the Mediterranean climate. Okay, next, trees with the small and the broad leaves. The reason behind this thing is the for a growth of the plant, it need a sunlight for to do the photosynthesis, and also they need the water to grow. But sunlight will be available in the summer and the water will be available in the winter. So this is the major issue. The trees are becoming a small and the broad leaves. That is the reason it is being like this. Okay. Next, absence of shades. That is obviously because The trees are in the small level, so it won't give any shades. Next, it is famous for the orchard farming, which means citrus fruits. And next famous part is it is the wine production, viticulture. So these are the unique things about the Mediterranean climate. Okay, please make a note of it. It will be more useful. So these are the unique features of the Mediterranean climate. If any one of the statement in that question means, definitely it is a Mediterranean climate. Okay. Next is the British climate. So when it comes to the British climate, here the unique factor for the British is 4 distinct seasons, which means let's compare it with the Indian monsoon. Here in the winter time also there will be rainfall. So the winter won't behave like a winter, and the summer won't be behave like a summer, which means in the summer there will be some rainfall. In the winter there shouldn't be any rainfall, and it should be like a foggy time. Okay, but it will be confused state when it comes to the Indian monsoon. But when it comes to this British climate, you can see the distinct features of the every seasons. So in summer, it will be exactly like a summer, and in winter, it will be exact winter with the lowest temperature, and it will be a fog. Okay, so foggy nature, everything will be there. Atom will be like an atom, spring will be like a spring. So that is the distinct feature of this British climate. Okay, and please note that only British climate will have the 4 distinct seasons. That is the unique feature of this British climate. So you can connect it with the history also. British are able to colonize India. The why they are able to colonize India is because of this climatic factor. Due to that, they have the more stress-free days, so they are easily able to think a lot. Okay, and the industrial revolution actually happened in British UK. It is also helped by this British climate only. Okay, next, there is a deciduous forest, so that is used for lumbering. Okay, and then next unique feature is market gardening. So market gardening is nothing but a small scale intensive farming practice for the growing and the selling of the fresh produced vegetables. Okay, fresh produced vegetable using the manual labors and gardening techniques. Okay, so that is called as market gardening. That was widely followed in the British climate. Next is mixed farming. So mixed farming is nothing but doing the poultry activities, okay, or else the rearing activities, or else the livestock methods along with the agricultural activities. So that is also famous in this British climate. So these are the unique features of the British climate. Please make a note of it. And the last is the steppe climate. So the steppe climate is semi-arid region with 25 to 50 centimeter of rainfall. And also it is a grassland, nearly a treeless region, and also it is called as the granaries of the world. That is the unique part, most unique part of the steppe climate. So it is called as the granaries of the world. And also here only extensive mechanized wheat cultivation is happening. And the last thing is it's a nomadic herding. So these are the unique features of the steppe climate. So in this question, we discussed about the equatorial climate, British climate, Mediterranean climate, and then the steppe climate. Okay, so please make a note of it. It will be most useful for your upcoming exam. So these are certain unique features of the climatic region. So based on that only, they will make a question. Okay, thank you.